Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you some of my latest LEGO vignettes. I'm planning to bring this to an exhibition, a local exhibition here in Singapore over the past weekend. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of an overview on how I arrange and how I bring my vignette to convention. And also this is a way to show you that we don't have necessarily to bring a big, massive MOCs to convention, but even smaller vignette, if we collect them in the period that we're building them, they are still good on display for LEGO exhibitions. So here we have the selection of the 6 vignettes that I'm going to build. But before that, we are going to need to do a little bit of work. So you can see here my Santa at the onsen. I will have to fix the bridge. I will have to close the backside of this little building and all the corner all around that in case the display is going to be on a sort of 360 base, 360 view. So all the small details I pack into small bags, and then I'm going to wrap all my MOCs to make sure that the pieces don't fall over during transport. This Meet the Elder vignette, very simple to fix. I just need to bring the 3 parts, take out some of the smaller items, and fix the backside so that it's smooth and is a little bit nicer to see. Very simple instead, the Japanese landscape. This one is pretty solid. I just make sure that the back is all flash. And I think this one I'm not gonna even wrap it because it's a pretty solid build and I can just transport like that. A little bit tricky was my Superstar space station. I split it in 2 chunks, and then I will have also to fix up a little bit the back because it's kind of ugly at the moment. Also, a little bit of work will be needed for this ninja brawl scene because you can see there's nothing to see here at the back, so I will have to fix it up. So I create a little small building, very straightforward, some measuring brick, block the windows, couple of simple details on the top, so at least looks like a finished MOC. And I also managed to make sure that the 2 minifigures don't fall over, but they are quite solid at the center. A few changes also here. I changed a scene on the table because people wouldn't recognize the MOC that I make for the contest, as well as the logo in the cloud. I put just a brick, so I'm gonna call this ABrickDreamer because people maybe don't follow the Iron Forge, so I decided to make a couple of adjustments, and they also fix the backside with the moon scene connected to the background. So here I'm reaching Suntec, the convention center, where we have the Twilight event, and here we have this beautiful Moducase display cabinet. I think the best way to display MOCs. They're not cheap, but if you have space in your house, this I think is the best way to display cities and MOCs, whatever you have at home, and then close everything and keep everything dust-free. Here I have my QR code for YouTube and Instagram, so people can go and follow my work. And here I have the display. I added some tags, including also a little bit of instruction for people to go and find the hidden elements in the MOCs that have been made for the Iron Forge. So if you follow my channel, especially the last MPU video, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I will link it later at the end of this video. Of course, this is not the only display that there is at this event. This is a broad event, not just a LEGO event, but Hobbyverse, that I will link down in the description below, is a place, a LEGO store, a place for all MOC builders in Singapore to display their stuff. And of course, there's a lot more display going on over here. We have a pretty good central stage here at the event, and I think my MOC has a pretty good setup. But let's have a look at the other things that we have around. So for example, here we have the beautiful Disney Castle diorama that is made by Brick Knight. I will link down below. He also made this base for the Rivendell Castle and many other things. Here you see we have some smaller cabinets and a couple of smaller display for the tiny plants and for some of the botanical sets. So this is how the display look with the glass on top, so it's protected from the crowd. Setup is finished. It's quite late at night, so I wanted to visit the LEGO store at the mall there, but it was already closed. On display we have the new Lunar New Year stuff and a couple of botanical sets, and there was also 2 very cool diorama at the mall over there because there is some Lunar New Year event going on organized by the local certified store. Anyway, the weekend go by. I'm back on Sunday at the event, still quite crowded, but now it's time for me to pick up my stuff. So the display is still looking good. So now I'm gonna wrap everything, and this is how it looks when everything is packed. I have all the small parts separated, and then I wrap all the single items. So if something breaks during transport, inside my bags and my boxes, then the parts don't get loose and I can easily fix. So as I said before, if you like this, go and check out my MPU video that I made not long ago.